Friday. That means it is time for another Speaking for Him podcast. I'm Adam McNutt alongside the host of the program, Andrew Gomison.
Hello, Adam. It's great to be with you on another Friday. I love kicking off the weekend with the podcast, and I hope that many listeners do as well, and that they will continue to let their friends know that we're out here, and we're always here to have a good time on a Friday.
Absolutely.
And today is no exception. I have the privilege of having in the studio with us the executive director of Master Arts Theater, as well as the director of their next production, The Great Divorce. Welcome to the show, Pris.
So glad to be here. Thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Adam.
You're welcome.
Pris, to start out, could you maybe tell us a little bit about how Master Arts got started? Because I know you were there in the beginning.
Yeah, I've been there a long time. Yes, Master Arts is really going into its 28th year, and we started really because there were several of us teaching at a college that felt that there were a lot of artists, especially Christians, that had very little opportunity to utilize their craft and glorify God with what they did. This was 28 years ago, and drama wasn't that active in the church as it is now. And so bottom line is we started a community theater that we gave it, the mission of it is to glorify God, and that is to simply give quality theater that is consistent with a Christian worldview.
And it is exciting to go. I know I'm a regular patron, and I've also been involved in several shows now as a crew member and even some assistant directing, and it's always a rewarding experience, mostly for me because of the wonderful people that I've met as a part of Master Arts. It's become like a second family, and it's very exciting.
Well, we like to think that it is a family, and we welcome you too, Andrew. We've even put you on stage.
Yes, I have been on stage as a millionaire, actually.
Wow. So it kind of is acting a little bit for all.
Yeah, so nowhere near that in real life, but I like to imagine. So, Pris, the reason we brought you in today is we know that you have a new production coming up called The Great Divorce. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. The Great Divorce is based on the book by that name by C.S. Lewis. And no, it is not about marriage, at least not husband and wife marriage. He says that Dante wrote about the marriage of heaven and hell. He's really saying it's a great divide. And so he explores that great divide and the difference and the divide between heaven and hell. It really is, and can I simply say, it is an imaginary journey of the ghost people from earth to the outskirts of heaven, where spirits are entreated to go and entreat those ghosts, earth people, to take the trip and the journey into heaven. Many confrontations, many reasons why they should, and many reasons why they choose not to. And that's the story. And by this, C.S. Lewis really gives us how we should live our lives now.
It sounds like it's very exciting and somewhat unique compared to a lot of what Master Arts shares with the public. So I think that it would be great to encourage as many of you out there as can to get out and go to this show. Master Arts has a very high production quality and a very high standard of moral excellence. And so I feel 100% gratified in being able to give my full endorsement to this play as well as Master Arts in general. So I would encourage you to get out if you want some family entertainment on a weekend. It'd be a great way to do that.
Thanks, Andrew. I really appreciate that.
So can you tell us a little bit about the casting process? Was this a hard play to cast?
Well, we needed quite a few people, or we could utilize quite a few people. I think I have about 25. We have about 25 in the cast. We're not doubling anything particularly, and a few things, but and that because of the fact that Lewis puts his ideas of the struggle of life and choices about heaven and earth life and all the rest of it, and spiritual things for that matter, he puts those into the voices of earth people like a bishop, who finds it. Well, you have to come to the play. I don't want to tell all these things.
You have a sneak peek preview right now, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll put it this way. It's a little surprising to find the murderer in heaven and the confused bishop in hell, okay? Okay. You'll have to come and see how that really works out. But anyhow, C.S. Lewis takes his ideas about heaven and hell, for that matter, and puts them into the voices of these people as they confront each other as to what's this journey all about and what is heaven all about and how do we see God and all the rest of it. And that's why it takes quite a few people. And we've just been real privileged to have a good number audition for the show, and we feel like we've got a good cast of people that will grapple with the issues, much as Lewis has done in his book. And I would even suggest to people to get the book. It's not that long to read. It's a good read. The Great Divorce by C.S. Lewis.
That probably made it a little bit more conducive to making into a play, the fact that it wasn't that long of a book.
Yes.
Because just from the perspective of an avid reader, I know that sometimes when I watch an adaptation after I've read a book, I'm kind of disappointed in the end result because you can't put everything generally into a stage production that you could into a book that's written out for people to read. So that could be a good plus on its side.
Well, we do get quite a bit of the book in there.
That's great. So can you give us the dates for the run of the play?
Sure. We open on April 18th. That's a Thursday night. And we close on May 11, on Saturday night, May 11. And that, therefore, includes 4 weekends, shows on Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights at 7:30, and Saturday afternoons at 2. So check our website, masterarts.org.
And it's important to note that for those of you who haven't been to Master Arts, that it's a very small theater.
We call it intimate.
Intimate.
The cozy, if you will. Yes.
Very cozy.
The point that I was making by bringing that up, though, is that a sellout is right around 95 to 100 seats. So please call ahead. Make sure you get your seats because tickets for these shows tend to sell out very quickly. And so you want to make sure that you head on over to the website and get the details and then call Master Arts and get your reservations in very quickly, so that you don't miss out on this wonderful opportunity.
I might say, though, one thing about that intimate theater, you're very close to the actors, and you become very involved in the story.
Oh, absolutely. And one of the things that always comes up to me is every time there is a show there, I'm quite often like, how are we going to pull this off? Because I remember coming in to Pirates of Penzance and sitting down there and being like, there is no way that they're going to have Pirates of Penzance in just this room. This can't be it.
Or Romeo and Juliet.
Or any number of things.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing how that works. And so just in closing, could you tell us about some other things that might be coming up at Master Arts?
Oh, sure. We got a lot of summer activities. We have a film camp. We have 2 different youth summer camps. Summer stocks where they produce a play, and we have other summer camps. So again, check our website, masterarts.org. No caps, no spaces, just masterarts.org, and that'll give you all kinds of information. And we're just about to announce our new season for next year, so watch the website. We have a meeting on Wednesday that should help finalize things. So we thank you.
Is that also where you post like casting calls and such too? If someone listening is interested in being one of the shows?
Yeah, we post anything, any activities, the audition notices and all of that is on there too. We also publish audition notices in most of your newspapers and that kind of a thing, and not only the social media but the printed media as well. And so there's good access to that kind of information. Yeah, come out and try out. It's lots of different opportunities.
It's just a really exciting place to be, and Pris, we thank you for coming to the show today and for letting us know about the new production, The Great Divorce by C.S. Lewis. I hope that my listeners will take advantage of that. Thank you for spending a little bit of your Friday with us, and have a great weekend. And until next time, keep serving the best of masters.